Okay, welcome to the log.
We're logging.
We're logging. It's official. The dog. We're rolling the log like it's never been rolled before.
It's true. We've never rolled like this.
We've never
We're
rolled
actually
this.
rolling.
We're actually rolling. Okay. So, ladies and gents, this is we're breaking new ground. We're creating some new dimensions, and we don't exactly know what we're doing, and I think we want to do one of two things. We want to just roll the log like we always roll the log, and we also want to just because this is the first time we're logging online. I think we should give a slight introduction. No, a slight.
Sure.
Okay, so just to set some intention for the dog log.
It's yes.
What the dog log is.
Well, it's a law. It's a conversation.
It's a conversation, exactly, and that's all it should be.
It's just called the log instead of a conversation, a chat,
Yes.
a chin wag.
And the dog log's been going on for quite a long time, and it's almost like second nature to us. So it's a little bit awkward to like introduce it because it's just the log rolls all the time, and yet here we are, many years into rolling the log, and we're kind of going in a new direction by bringing it online in a way that maybe we can bring it to others. And we've recently plugged into a new circle of people who might have some interest or some reason to hop on the log, and I think we want to kind of open it up to potentially new people, and so it's a little bit of an experiment. So, but the thing that makes the dog log, among other things, is that it's a beloved camaraderie over our favorite band, Phish. I got my uniform on today.
I got nothing.
Okay, you don't even have some donut socks or anything?
No, I got the Family Mart home
Okay.
beanie socks.
Okay. So that's all that's all I'll really say about the dog log is that the dog log is a song by Phish, and
It's our guiding light.
it's our guiding light. The log is our
That's the intention.
Yes. And so it's a double entendre. It's a triple, quadruple entendre. It's
How about that? Mood light.
it's like we're on the Death Star, or we're like waiting for Darth Vader. Let's see how it goes. So let's see. So the dog log is like captain's log. It's a log. Like we plug into the log, and we also,
especially if Phish is on tour, then we're logging each show, discussing the set list.
Yes, we haven't missed a show in many years now, I think.
Yeah, there's kind of tour. There's tour log, and then there's
regular log.
On season, off season.
I think we got to go on these. I think we got. All right, I think so. What do you think? I think it's too dark. Yeah. Well,
I guess right.
We're figuring this out. So, but then there's like you said, on tour log, and
I think that's
everything else, right? And we're about to go on tour again. So, just quick background. I'm Brian. This is Michael, and
the names may or may not be flipped. I don't know.
And we are in Tokyo. We both live in Tokyo. We're both from the States, and we got connected online we spotted some Phish affection on each other's social media streams, and we're like, hey.
I guess we met through Pechaksha.
Yeah, we met out in the greater Tokyo creative community, and now we've like been buddies in Phish for like, I don't know, lost count. And so we want to roll the log online and maybe invite other people to come up and log. And we don't really want to make a format because the log doesn't really actually have a format. So I kind of don't want to get too meta here about introducing the log and so on.
We just kick it off.
So let's kick it off. So our first show, we were like, do we have a script? Do we have an itinerary? Do we have some talking points? And Michael put forth the idea that we talk about, because it's our first dog log show here, wherever you might be watching this, let's talk about our first shows, our first Phish shows. So that takes let me back up 1 second. Let me back up just 1 second. We have actually logged online, and we've given a dog log primer and a fish primer that I'll link to in the show notes, where we've kind of
Sure.
gone through the whole process of explaining the eras of fish, and if you want to know about fish, there's all the information. But I only mention that because fish has got these basically chapters in its history that we kind of come to at different points.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Right?
You're,
And
you're
so
1.0.
I'm 1.0
or I'm a 2.0.
and Michael's a 2.0. So that's only in reference to our first shows. So you want to take turns like talking? You want to tell me your first show, or shall I tell you my first show?
Yeah, I think so. So the log begins now.
The long begins. Michael, it's the first show. When's your first show?
Well, I want to get off my chest that I was hanging out with Taisuke a second ago.
Right.
Who I play with in Advanced Lucy, and we were talking about our favorite Lucy song. We're kind of like we're playing a show, or trying to figure out the set list. We were talking about songs. We ended up talking about like, okay, what's your favorite song on each album? And then we were doing
on each Advanced Lucy album.
Yeah, and then the Beatles came up.
Right.
And we were like, I don't know why. Then we kind of went through each Beatles album as we were just having a drink. And then I said, "Oh, we've never talked about Now and Then."
Right.
And he was like, "No."
Oh, really? Okay.
I was like, "Wait, you mean just like no?
No?
Like don't even discuss it?" He's like,
He's
like, "No,
He's down on Now and Then.
He was extremely down. He said it was dark. He said it was dark. He said it was too dark.
I liked Now and Then. It wasn't.
I like it a lot, but I also think they could have just not put it out.
Yeah.
It's just so now that my head is full of
Now and Then.
we've been doing favorite songs off every 8 album, and we were talking about Free as a Bird, Real Love being just perfect, absolute masterpieces. Jeff Lynne's production, and then Now and Then is anyway.
Well,
we don't need to go there, but I just that's my kibble.
That's the kibble you brought for today.
My kibble is that Taisuke is just completely.
Oh, poor Taisuke. I'm gonna turn you both around. I want to turn him around at least. Where are you stand on Now and Then?
I mean, I like Now and Then.
I like Now and Then.
It grew on me,
It made me cry the first time I heard it.
It grew on me. The music video was also kind of grew on me.
Yeah.
But I mean,
well, that's kind of like that. Actually, is a good little. I mean, you think about the Beatles, and you got like lightning in a bottle right there, right? You've got this thing, and I think one of the things I hate that we talk about, like I hate the fucking Phish gets lopped into this thing, the jam band, right? We fucking hate this.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
I don't.
Well, it's like who like it doesn't really matter, but it's like.
Did you see that Fishman clip?
What was it?
There's like an old Fishman clip that came up somewhere where he was talking about about the jam band thing and how
every band is a jam band.
They weren't called. That phrase didn't exist.
Right.
And he talks about Jazz Mandolin Project, and he was like,
"Oh, cool."
And yet, if this was anybody else's band, it would be. It's kind of maybe it's jazz, or I don't know what you'd call it, but because I'm in it now, it's.
The
people
jam.
Say it's a jam band, or we never called ourselves that. Yeah, I don't know. The story that whole conversation.
The reason I mention that is because, like, I think that we must not be alone in this thinking, which is like, I mean, surely there's like, Phish adjacent bands that are out there, but, how to say, like, the thing that I think brings us back to this band is the chemistry of these 4 guys.
That's definitely my stance.
Right.
Beyond whatever genre it is.
Right. And that's why I'm saying like that's how I'm connecting these to the Beatles. You look at the Beatles and you think like you had the quiet one, even though he wasn't quiet. You had the like edgy one, even though he wasn't that edgy. You had the right. It was this recipe.
Yeah.
It's like perfect pizza. And you have the same thing with the Phish Boys. It's like you've got all the sides of I don't know.
They are Yeah, a
perfect little
unit. There was just a
tornado.
Beatles post, BBC Radio 2 like poll. Beatles have been voted the ultimate British group
Okay.
by BBC Radio poll. Because it is like, yeah, I do think there's something about the four personalities as a unit
Right.
that you don't see it. I mean,
It's like a
you have like
superhero squad. It's like
you got Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, and I guess Ron Wood is kind of there. Charlie Watts. I don't. It doesn't feel. You don't feel the camaraderie.
oh really?
I think with the Stones, like maybe I just like the Beatles more than the Stones.
I think the Stones have it too.
The Stones have something for sure, and I love the Stones.
Yeah, but you see them on stage and they got their arms around each other, and
Yeah,
I mean they're a band of brothers.
they're a band of brothers, but I feel like maybe they don't, or whether they do or not, the world doesn't somehow see them as this kind of almost like spring, summer, fall, winter, like perfect for north, south, east, west.
Okay.
Like the four Beatles are just like so perfectly four equal parts that just make this whole.
This is the log.
Whether they're like, brothers in arms, which they are, and many bands are. I kind of feel like, yeah, the Beatles have something special beyond that, and everybody recognizes it.
Yeah.
In the same way that Phish feels that way.
I just was thinking about like the three piece, like two guys can outvote the third.
Yeah,
like in a four piece, you get a dead tie, right?
Even number.
You got you have to hammer it out. You got to work it out. And they said that, right? It was like all for one. They had to
Yeah.
And Phish does that too. Phish says like, if one of us, they famously have those like practice exercises. I mean, the thing of Phish is like extremely talented, not just I mean the exquisite musicianship and practice maniacs, right? Especially Fishman,
right?
It's just like a monster, just constantly, it is in a state of honing, right? Forever, like never mastering, forever, a student of the drums and all their instruments,
right?
But I know that they have these like bigger personality. I mean, Page is like the quiet Beatle, if you will.
Page would maybe be George,
right?
I suppose. I guess Mike.
Oh, this is
Trey and Mike.
Have we done this before?
I think we've done this.
Okay.
Well, Trey and Mike. I think Trey and Mike are John and Paul.
Oh, really?
Because Page would be George.
Yeah, but
and Fishman's the goofball. He's the Ringo. Occasionally sings. He's the kind of
That's true.
He's not the best singer of all. The other three are all much better singers. That kind of maps between Beatles and Phish.
Right, that's true. But Phish is
and Mike's got such a unique. And Mike's writing more music than like songs than Page. Not that, and it's apples and oranges, really.
Right, true.
You can't compare the Lennon-McCartney songwriting team.
No.
To because then you have Tom Marshall, for example.
Right.
That's just the whole dynamic is different. But it does feel like there's a kind of archetype of the quartet, the four-piece rock and roll band.
Yeah.
That the Beatles kind of pioneered.
Yeah, it was
whether they meant to or not,
I did this Japan vinyl tag thing, and like one of the categories that I put forth was live at Budokan, like to show a live album.
Yeah, wait, there was the Obi one. I wonder if I can do mine right now. The first one's like just a record that has an Obi.
Yeah. I tried to make it accessible to like everybody everybody
the thing is, I so often take the Obi off and stash it inside the jacket, unless it's a killer one. I think I have Led Zeppelin 3. I'm gonna go Led Zeppelin 3. It has it's got like katakana. It's got katakana.
That's cool.
Like Led Zeppelin and katakana, but it's all like psychedelic.
3 is your favorite Zeppelin record?
Houses of the Holy.
Okay. Did it recently get usurped?
No, I think no.
Unseated?
Houses of the Holy for sure.
Oh man,
I mean, 3 is cool. I don't think 3 is maybe that strong, but it's got a great cover.
it does have a great.
And what my copy has a killer Obi.
Okay.
And then live at Budokan.
So
I mean, I would do Bob Dylan
right
from like mid '70s. That's like kind of like street legal era, like big band, horns, backup singers.
Is that the one that's on the album? The
Divisive,
famous,
the like Bob
the
Dylan
okay,
like
live
at
at
Budokan
Okay.
is from that era,
Right.
and it's that like big band, and
Right.
he does like all I really want to do. You know that song?
I don't know that one.
All I really want to do is baby be friends with you.
I don't know it.
It's like early Bob Dylan, just like acoustic guitar, just him, singing the folk thing. But the live at Budokan version is like full band.
Right.
It's got like these backup singers, these like big like women on the mics doing the hands and going, oh wow, like crazy harmonies, proper backup singer, horn section, you know, big band. That's kind of like, and then Street Legal was maybe the album, the newest album at the time. And it's kind of divisive.
Mid 70s.
74 maybe.
74. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many different categories are there?
20.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but and that's standard issue vinyl tag.
Well, you get like 20 records. That's nice. If it's once a year.
It's hard. Yeah. Yeah. So, but one of them was like live at Budokan.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, a handful of things that people put forward. This was interesting. Was the Beatles live at Budokan? They played it in '66. It's Beatles '66. There's like bootlegs of it galore.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't.
Is that where they open with Nowhere Man?
Maybe
there's like color video footage because like Sony had the best cameras, and it was like, oh man, this footage of the Beatles is so good because Japan had the best cameras.
Right. And they come out, and there's like sort of a group. There's like these 5 like jaguars and tigers and spiders and all these like Japanese group bands. They all came out on stage together. I don't know.
I never heard about that.
No, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But they're like this. There's like 10 guys who get on stage and sing like "Welcome the Beatles."
Oh, and they're like the opening act.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys, it's on YouTube. Yeah, but I'd listen to I have a bootleg and I've listened to it, and I've listened to since like 3 or 4 people put it on the Japan vinyl tag. So I listened to it a couple of times. But then on this last
you listened to that concert.
I listen for everybody who put their thing forward. I listened to all their records.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like a fun challenge, but I listened to a couple albums like 2 or 3 times because multiple people had them on listen. I thought I skip it because I already listened to it, but I thought I should listen to it again because I want to experience it again, right? So, and somebody put on the Beatles for the 3rd time, I think, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to it again. Then I found the video of it on YouTube. I was like, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And then I watched the whole thing, and it's so cool, man. It's so interesting. First of all, the fucking picture quality is excellent. It's really good.
Color.
It's color, and they've got these goofy suits on. Yeah. They might open with it. It's like this.
They play a couple nights, I think.
They played 5 nights, I think. Yeah, and they played like 2 sets a night, and like 40-minute sets.
I was gonna say it's like short. The set lists are crazy short.
Right.
I've watched quite a few and set lists. Yeah.
It's
like Corey Mendez.
One of the
There's a great Australia concert as well that's on YouTube that someone has edited together.
Okay.
They found footage of people like filming in the streets when like they had like their police escort and just like watching the fans hanging out outside. Cool. There's tons of footage for, like, kind of around the show, and then the actual concert itself is quite good. I'm not sure if I've seen the full Japan show though.
It's one of the standout thing on it for me, like just see, and then like they've got this like they're like wearing red shirts and like gray suits.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's kind of, and they got a funky stage. It's like a little Ed Sullivan-y, but it's different, right?
Yeah. Is the drum riser like super high?
I can't remember how high it is.
Like Ringo's like a million.
Probably. And I kind of feel like they were using wireless. They were wireless, I think.
Well, I don't know anything
Maybe
about that. I
not.
wonder if
Maybe
that.
not.
I don't know if that existed or not.
I don't know.
It
But
could have. I
I
have
was
no idea.
trying. I remember I thought about it, but they were singing. What song was it? They were singing.
I gotta pull the set list.
Yeah.
I wonder what night it was that you watched, or is there one?
I don't
There's like a
know.
bootleg that's.
On YouTube. But the thing was that they flubbed the lyrics of one song.
Okay.
And it was really cool. Like John sings one lyric and Paul sings the other lyric, and they look over at each other and they like laugh at each other.
That's cool.
It's so cool, man. It's so cool. And they're kind of like laughing at each other, like whoops, whoops. And neither of them could kind of like remember the lyric.
Yeah. I
wish
wonder if this is what you saw.
Yeah. That's it for sure.
It?
Yeah. You gotta watch it.
Oh, rock and roll music. She's
What
a
else?
woman. If I needed someone, Day Tripper, Babies in Black.
It might be Day Tripper. That might be the one.
Nowhere Man's Way Down Here. Paperback Writer, and then I'm Down, Closer. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a cool show. It's a little. The haircuts are like they look a little bit like goofy. They're like in between the like early '60s and the mid '60s.
This is kind of the end of the tour. I mean, it's 66.
Yeah.
Is this the end of the like?
Yeah.
Is it August? Is it August 66?
Wow, it might be the very end.
Candlestick Park. The last show.
They look younger at Candlestick Park, but that's definitely the same.
Beatles' last show is San Francisco, right?
I think so.
August 66. So it's just like, August 29.
Is that's not the trip that Paul got thrown in the slammer, is it?
No, that's way.
Oh, that's way before. What?
Yusuke, my buddy Yusuke, though, just on.
Oh, it's not the Beatles. Okay.
On Yahoo Auction the other day, he's like, dude, look, I scored this like program guide. You know how they have like the book that you can buy and it has all this.
From the Paul McCartney from Beatles show
from the Wings tour that actually never happened because he got arrested. Because I was like, look at this crazy tour, like what do you even call it? Show list, the tour list. What's it called? I'm blanking. It's not a set list, but it's just like the dates.
Yeah,
the tour dates.
Yeah.
And it was like it might have had Sendai or maybe not Morioka. It had somewhere where I was like, whoa, they played it wasn't just like Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka or something. There was like quite a few shows. I'm like, man, I can't believe they played in Sendai. And he's like, oh no, they never did. This is the tour that never happened because Paul got arrested at the airport. But that's a Wings tour, and it's 79 or 80 or something. I'm not sure exactly when it is.
Paul really I've seen him like bite his tongue because he wants to just badmouth the experience that he had here.
Right.
Yeah, he had to.
Bullshit.
They had to have given him such a runaround.
Yeah, I mean, and to set an example by like.
Yeah.
Was he in jail for like a week or something? It was
like 10 days or something. It was, and they were like hard labor was like in the wording of what they were considering.
They're gonna like stick him their work in the rice fields.
Yes.
But. Well, because man, first time I saw Paul, Tokyo Dome in 2012.
Oh, we have somebody watching. What's up, dude?
What's up?
What's up, our lone watcher? We're rolling the dog log here.
Yeah, we don't know who you are, but
you can leave a comment if you want.
You can leave a comment and we'll see who you are.
Okay.
But I remember 2012. It was like on like the news. They were like, "Oh, Paul McCartney, first time in Japan in 12 years or something." I was like, damn, he is really, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if
he doesn't like to come here so much.
If he doesn't like to come here that much. He's come back 2 more times since then, I think.
Right.
But the last time was 2018, I want to say. Like a huge posse of us went. It was on Halloween night, I want to say.
Wow.
2018. And that was the last time he played here.
Yeah,
well, there was the pandemic. He's been on quite a big tour now, though. It was like in South America, maybe Australia. It's like you'd think that the Japan shows could be in the works. And he's 81, 82, whatever. So every time I'm like, what if he never comes again? Gotta go.
I've never seen him.
Dude, if he comes, it really. This would now be the 3rd time I've thought, oh, this might be the last one.
It's
But
funny, man, because I think like, you know, I have all these Beatles records and I keep buying Beatles singles and like I got a copy of Something Special the other day. A friend of mine,
oh, the U.S.
well, my a friend of mine told me that his favorite record was Strawberry Fields, and
Yeah.
I found a Odeon red wax version of it
Oh, cool.
for relatively cheap. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. Sometimes they go for like $200, D-Mayan, 20,000 yen. But I found it for pretty reasonable, and uh, I'm just like thinking like that's got something that might become worthless in the not so distant future. That's why I wondered. I wondered if like,
Right. Sure.
you know, like Elvis records, are people going to keep caring about Elvis? We've talked about this on the log a couple of times, but like,
It's come up like, yeah, like Beanie Babies or something.
yeah,
It's like there's not a bubble per se, but they're valuable until all the people that think they
care,
have value don't care.
right,
Or they're dead,
right.
depending on if there's
Well,
another generation that discovers it.
yeah, and I'm not really talking about the value per se, but I'm talking about the like importance. Like we weren't born for 15, you know, years
Right.
after the Beatles broke up. Or I wasn't. You were like 20 some odd years. And we're still like
Right.
going on about them and know these details and when they got arrested, blah blah blah, and who they were married before they were married. I mean,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
and I mean, is that going to go on? Is the next generation going to care about?
I bet a lot of people don't know who the Beatles are, or don't know.
One of the guys who
They probably know the Beatles. They know some songs, but I don't know. I can imagine young people being like, I don't know any names of the people in the Beatles.
right,
You know?
right. One of the guys who did the Japan vinyl tag, he was a young guy, and he was for one of the records, he was like ahead of its time. He was like, I got
Ahead
a,
of its time.
greatest hits record of the Beatles, like something that came out like in the 90s or 2000s.
Oh, not the red and blue?
No, a white one. It's like
I wonder
like
what
a
it is.
condensed version of Red and Blue.
Huh.
And it's canon, I think. It's not like some random thing. Yeah, you can look it up.
Interesting.
He said like I listened to this and like my parents always talked about the Beatles and like I never really gave them a chance and like I listened to this and wow, I thought they were incredible. I was like, whoa. And he's
It
like,
is interesting, yeah. Like we probably had parents that said this is important music.
right.
And if your parents don't care and you never listen to it, like all my what if it's this thing, white cover?
Yeah. That's it. That's 20 greatest hits.
20 greatest hits. I never have seen this.
Yeah.
Like I play in like the Quarrymen, that Beatles cover band, and all those guys. I think they kind of discovered the Beatles on their own, like in high school when they were getting into music.
So did I. Didn't you? So that's what I
Like,
kind of
like my dad was like
Okay.
huge into the
Beatles
Beatles, and we had the jukebox in the house, and he
Right.
was just like always playing music.
Okay.
And the Beatles and like the Beach Boys, like that stuff. From like 3 years old, I was,
My daughter's mailing me.
where's she?
She's at this. Wait, pick me up, please. Hold on. At school?
That's like now.
It's,
Yeah, we need to know where.
okay. Oh my God. How do we get back here?
One of these.
Yeah, go for it. Okay. Well, that's possible. We're driving in Tokyo, where we live,
We're taking a turn.
and we're gonna try to do something insane here. This guy's. I know. I see you, dude. Come on, man. Be nice.
Frowned upon, solid lines.
Yeah, I get it.
Ahead of its time.
Hamadama Station. Dang it. I'm not near there. Hold on. I'm in Shibuya. With the Paul. Whoops.
Look out.
We're getting there. This is
the
log with. Oh wait. Okay. All right. That's good enough. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I would have done a half. There you go. Nice.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, all good. Although now I'm in the wrong lane, but that's fine.
Well, it's
fine.
It's only the wrong lane if you don't know the next note to play or whatever.
Right.
Man, ahead of its time. I was thinking I could just off the top of my head give you my record picks, but that's a hard one.
Ahead of its time.
Ahead of its time. Meaning is that's open to interpretation. What that means.
I went with.
Yeah, what were some of the examples?
I went with Tom Waits, Swordfish Trombones, and I got an honorary mention.
Nobody was singing about
No,
Swordfish.
no. I actually went with Sergeant Pepper. I claim Sergeant Pepper for my own. And I think about this as your father always said, like, or you told me that you said like to go to that moment. I actually, that's coincidence. Sergeant Pepper was the record that I picked, and like, hearing it and
without knowing White Album comes next.
First time ever to hear the White Album, to hear the Sergeant Pepper's or any of those records.
Yeah, to hear. I mean, probably most of them were probably kind of like, "What is this?"
Oh man, can you imagine?
Right, because we show up years later with the discography as a complete thing. This is what happened.
Yeah, I had that thought about an album I heard recently. I was like, wow, I'm never going to hear this record for the first time again.
Well, that's all things.
Yeah.
You know.
I never think about it. I never have that thought though.
Yeah, right. To be conscious of it. It is something hearing a great album.
So ahead of its time. So yeah, it is good.
Ahead of its time. Ahead of its time is very, very tough. What were some of the other albums that Bill picked? Can you remember?
Oh God!
Track of 20 records from a bunch of different people.
I have the list, but I don't have it on me.
Well, ahead of its time.
Yeah, Frederick's here. Oh no! It's Vag. Ha! It's Vag. It's our buddy, our Phish friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice, dude. You made it. We don't know where you are, but we're happy to have you here. Welcome to the first official
dog
log on the online dog log. Probably the 1,000th or 10,000th actual log, but yeah, first time we're streaming here and we're just winging it because we're killing some time.
We're driving around the city.
Okay, so wait. Ahead of its time.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back.
Okay.
I have to come back.
You want me to give you another couple? You want me to give you a couple more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I did do Led Zeppelin 3 for my Obi pick, Japanese.
Then you have to pick a Japanese artist. It can be anybody.
Psychedelic.
Anybody. Any Japanese artist.
My collection?
Yes.
Paraiso by Hosono Haruo.
Okay, Paraiso. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Paraiso is one of the ultimate records.
Okay, and then you've got... Oh,
whoa, that car definitely blew through that red light.
Whoops. Then you've got... I'm not going to remember them all, but like Sunrise Soundtrack.
An early morning record?
Yeah.
Sam Prekop, self-titled.
Oh, never heard of that.
Thrill Jockey Records. He plays in this band called The Sea and Cake.
This is what Michael knows. Michael's got an interesting. He grew up with a jukebox, which gives him superpowers.
That record was not on the jukebox.
Okay, but still, I think it's just like there's so many, like rabbit holes that you got to explore.
That's an album though that I used.
Wait, say it one more time.
Sam Prekop.
Sam Prekop
at maybe 1999, maybe. Thrill Jockey Records, produced by Jim O'Rourke.
Okay.
Chicago.
Jim O'Rourke, Tokyo native. Tokyo resident.
I think he lives in Yamanashi, actually.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I have seen him eating pizza in Higashinaka, though.
Okay. I've seen him at Superlux a handful of times.
Yeah, man.
He just hangs out there frequently, or used to.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
That's a
good morning record, or Vashti.
Oh, Vashti, that's a good one too, yeah.
Look Aftering.
Right.
I used to put those on in the morning.
Okay, hold on, let's keep going.
I like that.
Okay, here's one. This one category was called Go 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 Godzilla, an album that destroyed your perceptions of music. I went with the Pixies.
Destroyed my perceptions of music.
Like what? Like in the sense that like I was listening to like NWA and like gangster rap and hip hop, and I mean I did never abandon that stuff, but that was my gateway into like Dead Kennedys and Butthole Surfers.
Right. I mean any Eastern Youth record that I heard in high school, those were like mind blowing.
That's a good answer.
Or like even just a few days ago, last week, I mentioned I got those Anvil records for my buddy.
Right. Did you listen to them?
For his birthday. We listened to them and they sounded great, but I've just like had them on my Apple Music.
Okay.
And I was like, let me go back and listen to these. Metal on Metal, which is like the kind of
Famous one.
the famous one,
Okay.
has a song called Mothra.
Smash says metal on metal.
Yeah, Metal on Metal's great. Mothra. Speaking of the Godzilla
Right. Mothra is another.
title, there's this
Right.
song called Mothra.
Okay. Interesting.
They have a song called ACDC. It's quite good.
Really? Okay.
The song called School Love that just
Okay.
like shreds. Those are on Hard and Heavy, which is
Nice.
either the album
I
just
don't think I've ever
before
heard it.
or just I think it's the one before Metal on Metal. It might be their first album. But I was went to my buddy's house. We played those records. We were throwing darts, just hanging out. He drove me back, and we were just talking about heavy metal. And somehow Slayer came up, and we threw on Rain and Blood.
Yeah. It was never an. I've listened to it like
dude,
once or twice in my life. But I've listened to
the
it.
first song is called like the Angel of Death or something.
Okay.
And dude, even just 2 days ago, it blew my mind.
Nice.
It's so fucking heavy and then fast. Because I watched the trailer to that Anvil movie, that Anvil documentary. Everybody needs to watch it.
I've never seen it.
You have to. It's
It's mandatory.
It's just unbelievable.
Okay.
Especially if you're
Where'd
really
you
into
watch it? It's on
music or
YouTube?
play in a band or just love music.
Okay.
Or just anything about just,
Sure, I want to see it.
never giving up and passion and perseverance and, friendship and fame. It's just an amazing, great story. And they just rock so hard. But it opens up with, guys from Metallica and Slash and Slayer and Anthrax. All these guys are just like, dude, Metal on Metal, that album changed my world as a kid. It just like inspired everybody. And then just through some like missteps and bad management and kind of bad production, bad sounding records, they just never broke through like a lot of other bands.
Right.
But we listened to the 2 albums that one night, and it was like, man, the guy from Slayer is in the opening scene, talking about like, yeah, that was thrash. That was a heavy album. And we had listened to it and I'm like, this is heavy and rocking. And then I guess the Slayer, they like take it up a notch. And so in the car, he was giving me a ride home. We put on Rain and Blood, Angel of Death or something is the first song. And it's, dude, a way, not worlds, but like faster, heavier, just like, it's like Anvil times 2.
Okay.
It's like, oh wow, they definitely like kick it up a notch. And it really reminded me of, you could even say, if we want to reel the log back in, to Junta or something that just has this very analog, no real extra processing, definitely no click track, just sounds like a band. I'm also thinking of like those first couple Yes records. I don't know if you remember when I was obsessed with.
Yeah.
Is it called Time in a Word?
The green one?
The like second Yes record that's got like these like black and white weird.
Oh yeah.
Like
that one's
MC
cool.
Escher kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those records are heavy.
That's a great record.
They're heavy, but they don't have this like, I don't know. There's many different kinds of metal, but you'll get tons of stuff that's like triggered kick drum, and maybe it's like slightly tweaked and click tracked, and it's just like so precise, so much precision, versus like something like AC/DC, or like early Metallica, the Anvil, even Yes, which is real more prog than hard rock or metal or something. But like that Slayer Rain and Blood album too is just sounds like a band in a room, and the drummer's going like fucking crazy, but it's like not perfect. You're like, wow, you can tell this is like the earliest prototype of this thrash metal shredding blast beat kind of thing.
I've been thinking,
and that was, maybe that's even ahead of its time. I might go something like one of those Anvil records or the Slayer records.
That's a good answer. It's a very good answer. I think like so I like the other day I listened to which one was it? I listened to just London Calling.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember like being a kid thinking like, this is so heavy.
Right.
You know, it
Yeah.
was like so hard. And now I listen to it, and it's like this
Like,
sort
that's
of like
poppy.
it's like the Beach Boys, dude. It's like
Right.
it's so poppy, and
Even like, man, like I Want You, She's So Heavy.
right,
Abbey Road could be maybe an ahead of its time pick. It's got the Moog synthesizer on there.
right.
And like I Want You, She's So Heavy is like that's a proper heavy song. Yeah, Rain and Blood also sounds amazing. Yeah, Rick Rubin production. Vag
That
knows his shit. Metal on Metal. Yeah, man, but Anvil, those at least those two records, Hard and Heavy and Metal on Metal, are awesome. And they rock so hard, they're so heavy. And then you put on Slayer and you're like, holy shit, this is actually heavy. This is like, whoa. With like crazy, like the guitar sounds like the guitar solos on Anvil are just like you're like that's a guitar solo, and then Slayer's like it sounds like the guitar's gonna like explode, like crazy whammy pedal and just like feedback and like bending and all kinds of crazy shit where it sounds like it's about to go off the rails.
check this out. If you press this, you can bring this. I think.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
No, wait,
snap! I'm
wait,
here.
wait.
You started.
No, that didn't. That didn't. I don't. Is that not the right thing?
Oh, put on.
Yeah.
I love here.
Yeah. Put no.
Oh, put using timeout. I was hoping there was something.
There's another.
Oh,
I brought it to stage.
oh, brought to. Oh, yeah. Oh, snap! I'm here.
And then you can take it off the stage. And if we have audiences, we should bring their comments up
Yeah.
to the.
Okay. Oh, and yeah, Vag is okay. Metal on Metal.
But nobody can see us. Nobody can see that except for us.
Yeah.
Like, of course, he's the only one here. But
Yeah,
pull
right.
it up.
Well, Rain and Blood. I want to see this. I'm gonna bring a different one up. Yeah, Rain and Blood is amazing. Metal on Metal, all that stuff. But Vag is, he's calling on us to reel
Reel the log back in.
the log back in, which is
Okay.
what we often do. We go off on a tangent and then we try to bring it back. Okay, it looks like it takes a second from when we start to when it pops up.
Okay.
But Vag is saying Albany in 2 weeks. Any predictions? There's those benefit shows. Is it like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Right? It's 3 nights maybe.
Okay.
I don't have any predictions, but
Dude, you know
I
what?
feel like it's going to be just a standard run. I don't want to talk shit. I'm excited. I mean, we'll get a Hood and we'll get a Sand and we'll get a Ghost and we'll get a MoMA.
Why a sand?
Just because they just always play Sand.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Fine, you can replace it with a 2001
But that's two totally
or
different.
a Ghost or
Ghost is for sure, but not sand.
just you don't like Sand. That's all. Sand is a great song.
Okay. Anyway, but here's what I say. Anybody who thinks they can predict this band doesn't have a fucking clue. You cannot predict. I think it's like guessing that tour is gonna open with is futile. It's a completely futile exercise. It makes absolutely no sense. It can't be predicted. You can't hedge. You can't handicap Phish. There's our old office.
Oh, cool.
That's our old office.
Fag is coming in, 3 nights. Oh, so yeah, at Dick's. They did. We should say that at Dick's Sporting Goods Center, Colorado, where they always close out summer tour, kind of a tradition now. They did bust out the Dog Log. They played Dog Log. It had been, I don't know, years. I don't know when the last log was. Did they play it at Baker's Dozen?
Yes, I remember the dog.
Maybe was that the last time? I don't know. They did also play.
Surely they played that.
Fee. They did play Fee. There was the Megaphone.
Megaphone Fee.
Gula, there was Papyrus, and then they played Sabotage in the encore.
Gula's not that. It's not that rare.
But it was maybe first of the year.
Okay.
Maybe.
And Sabotage hasn't. I saw Sabotage once.
And Sabotage is on Hampton, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I saw fucking the E Center.
Oh, right.
They played Dark Side.
Dave's old place, right here.
Okay.
Oh, when we're stopping at the red light. Yeah.
Down
See
this
that
way.
Momi no Key? The staircase just on the left, 5th floor.
All right.
Dave was there for.
That's a pretty good spot.
And I used to live down the street here. I made you do it. Ride my bike over in the morning, have coffee.
Nice.
That was great.
It's a good little hood. The Shibuya Ultra is right over here. Actually, I have a friend who's looking to get some records into Japan. A Canadian artist who's selling records elsewhere in the world, and he called me and said, like, records? How do I get a record in Japan in the shops? And I was like, well, you could go shop by shop. But there's actually, do you know about Ultra Shibuya Ultra? They're a label.
Oh, and they like do distribution?
They do distribution. It's like they do everything. They have a little record shop. It's right here. Oh, actually,
Oh, I might have seen it, but I didn't know what it was.
yeah, it's like a little 50-person.
Like little skinny building.
No, not actually. It's quite cool.
Maybe I'm thinking of that might be the next block, and that might be. Oh, or I was thinking of this building over there. That's different.
I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. It's weird that.
Veg.
Yeah, Vagi. Who knows, dude?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like these kind of shows, the SPAC
Right.
shows, when there was the flooding of Vermont, I feel like they're like not to complain. I'm not complaining at all. I just feel like my prediction is that they'll be very standard 3-night run with minimal bust outs, and it'll be just a show. I may come back to kick myself.
Yeah,
when they
I wonder.
when they bust out Mock Song or something.
Oh,
You know,
that would be
I don't want to make predictions, but if I can dream.
So this is it. I'll show you guys.
Cool.
So these guys, Ginger Root is on these guys' label. Who's a big deal. So they've got this place called Ultra Shibuya. That dude's really cool. He's real friendly, and this is their building, and they got a record store and a label, and yeah, I don't know what all they do there, but I'm talking to my buddy Mark about getting. I hope that works. Getting
Good.
seems like it might be an appropriate, like just dumb luck. It might be an appropriate label for him.
Yeah.
To get.
I wonder if that could be even a spot for top 5.
They want Yoma in for.
Oh.
Yeah, they want
Hello.
expensive. It's an expensive space.
Yeah, I mean it's a prime location.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say about too bad Halloween didn't land on that.
It's like, man, it's so close to Halloween, these shows. I think Tab is playing on Halloween, perhaps. Is there? I don't know. They're definitely, I mean, yeah. It's also crazy to think that Sci-Fi Soldier was like 3 years ago already.
Oh man, that was so epic. It was so epic.
I mean, I want to take back everything I said about Led Zeppelin 3 and Bob Dylan live at Budokan. All 20 records of mine are just the Sci-Fi Soldier.
Look at this. Oh, sorry.
Just the Sci-Fi Soldier set.
Yeah, check this out. This is kind of cool. What's going on? Live band.
Oh yeah. With this skeleton.
There's a cool little bar, and there's like a little old timer rock and roll.
It says American rock music session.
Nice. The little lady's coming out.
Killer.
How quick? Oh, I think she's coming out to talk to us.
No. It's just.
She was looking at me. They're going for it. 5-string bass.
I'm pretty sure they're playing Tweezer.
Sounds like they are playing Tweezer.
Is this still Tweezer?
Is it still Tweezer? But at the end, the East. Wait. You had a thought. You took all your words. You took everything back because what? What was it?
Oh, I was gonna say like all 20 of my vinyl tag are just the Sci-Fi Soldier set.
Oh man.
No, it's just a bad joke. But that's just that was one of the best shows.
We are in complete unanimous declaration that is like pinnacle Phish, Sci-Fi Soldier.
Yes, especially with like how kind of divisive.
I know.
The fans were online at least.
I feel like if you don't love Sci-Fi Soldier, then you don't totally get this band.
Like you're in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah,
you just like doing drugs or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know what
Sci-Fi Soldier is like.
Name one album that you would like to see them cover that would be better than that.
And nothing.
I mean, I don't know.
If I could see Sci-Fi Soldier again.
Yeah.
Versus seeing like Zeppelin or
Abbey Road or something.
No way. I'd 10,000 times over I'd choose Sci-Fi Soldier. When they fucking came out of the ceiling, dude.
Yeah,
That was so crazy. That guitar.
It's so
That guitar that Trey played was so cool.
yeah, that like BC Rich glow thing.
Right?
It did totally keep going out of tune, but it didn't matter.
The first note where Paige is like,
Yeah.
boom, I hear a sound.
We do have the live stream rip
Oh,
because you
man.
go back to they clean the mix up. I think
Oh, they took out the giant
on the app. The synth is not
right.
like
a million.
blow your eardrums
Oh
out.
god, that was so cool.
I hear a sound. Man, Knucklebone is
Knucklebone, bro.
so
It's Avenue.
insanely good.
Okay, so wait, here we go. Bring
42.
some of these up to the screen, see if you can. Yeah.
What's your no destination vag?
No, I have to pick up my son here in a little bit.
But yeah, but on the log, we're not actually trying to go anywhere.
No. So it pops. You have to push it, and then it pops up a little bit later. Is that what's happening?
It popped up earlier.
What happened? Okay. What's up with that?
Do you guys like sci-fi
Do we like sci-fi? Did somebody say that?
more than Casbah Vox?
Yes, but I would say Casa Vox and Sci-Fi Soldier are almost one and the same.
Well, they are.
I'd almost say they're one and the same.
I mean, song-wise, maybe, just maybe, I would maybe go Casbah Vox, maybe.
I would go Sci-Fi Soldier.
Sometimes.
I would go Sci-Fi
Once in
Soldier.
a while.
Because Sci-Fi Soldier is not as accessible, but that's the kind of that's 1.0 versus 2.0, I think. But I think those songs that are like, what the fuck am I listening to? There's a lot of them on
Right.
on Sci-Fi Soldier.
Yeah.
And Casa Vox is good. Like it's got like some of those songs could be in the charts, you know? A couple of Turtle in the Sky or
Well, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I mean,
well, not that, but
I don't know what charts.
more than like
more than like Egg in a Hole.
Egg in a Hole, exactly. I love heavy Egg in a Hole.
Some of the Casbah Vox stuff that I mean, they always play Turtle in the Clouds. They play Santos like every other night.
Santos,
but like, dude, Final Hurrah. We occasionally get, we've come to outlive our brain. Stray Dog, which they never play, which could be a good Doglog theme song. I'm like a stray dog.
That's a good idea.
Rolling into town. Pay me no attention as I wander around. I think it's Trey. And then a man like
Mike could sing
Passing Through.
Passing Through. That's very pickly, that song. Yeah, that's
the world gives way. Right, we are passing through. Let go forever. That's great. They went into that from like a hood. A few years ago, there was like a hairy hood that went into Passing Through and then back to hood. It was pretty weird. There's a few of those great Casbah Vox songs that they never play. Oh, Death on Her Very Long. He's got the Billy String Sit-In.
He's also got Handstands in Grand Fashion. He's a bona fide asshole. That's the only asshole.
Right, genuine.
Yeah, he's a genuine asshole.
And that's Fishman. That's like when Fishman, the divorce was happening.
Possibly.
There's some real emotion there in those songs.
Yeah, you can.
And like Me in Miami or whatever is. Yeah, that's killer.
I love that. I thought you were going to badmouth it for a second. I was like, don't you dare. You
just said we're in complete.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know. I just was like wondering if you were going to throw a tiny bit of shade in it.
Ninth Cube is. I think we heard.
The Howling is where I'm.
Oh, and you're always going on about. Wait, The Howling, and what's the other one that's like. I kind of feel like it's similar. The Howling.
What's the one?
It has a similar title. I feel like it's The Something, or something like that.
On Sci-Fi Soldier.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll just sit here and blank out, but
yeah. That's for those coming into the log. Michael is far more the master of the stats than I am. It goes in one ear and out the other.
I'm the keeper of the stats.
I cannot remember even like the lyrics to David Bowie. I'm like that guy. But even though I've been seeing and loving this band for like ever and ever and ever, I just
Oh, The Unwinding.
The Unwinding. Thank you.
But also, man, Clear Your Mind is amazing.
Clear your mind.
Man, and
That's another one that's like it's bad. It's like not a good. It's not a great song.
Ninth Cube is
Love it,
is
though.
one of the ones that blew me away. That's just like
Right.
kind of great Trey,
Yeah,
composition. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Man, Ninth Cube is great. I can just sit here and hum the whole song
Right.
if you want.
So,
But man, it's better than Evolve or Sigma Oasis or Big Boat. It's like that. Castle Rock, I feel like those songs, they deserve the production and effort
it's
that went into
funny how they do
making
that,
Evolve.
right? Yeah,
It's like,
I know.
man, this is a whole album's worth of great songs that some have become now live staples.
It's almost like they need a PR. They need us, you know. They need us fans to be like, no, fit. You're going no.
I think they pay attention to what the fans are
They
saying
do, but
to an extent. But
yeah,
what other band is going to write a whole album as a one-off for one show? You know, that's the kind of thing that blows your mind.
yeah. I mean, going. Yeah, I mean, it's nice that now that those songs are in rotation. It's to some of them are.
Right. And for all the merch and cash grab box sets, all the things that Phish does, the Phish ink machine that's just printing money. They didn't put out Castlebox or
I
Sci-Fi.
know.
It's like they came and went and it was just for Halloween. That's kind of cool.
And they made an album version. There's
The demos are on
right,
streaming, but
that's
you
interesting.
can't buy it.
No,
It's out there on streaming, the comic book.
the comic book's
It's
awesome.
so cool. It's so good.
The comic book is awesome.
It's so good it's too good for just a one-off.
Well, I said they're never going to be able to top this. They'll never ever, and this is it. You can't go any crazier. And then 4 months later, they did the Earth Day show, which had the floating whales and dolphins, and that was in. Do you remember that? Yeah, I mean,
yeah, the rescheduled New Year's Eve show.
the New Year's rescheduled New Year's. The New Year's Eve show was weird.
Oh, Ninth Cube.
Ninth Cube.
Yeah, well, it was the pandemic, But man, I want to say that the log should almost be. We should do this. I'm only saying this because it's our first show,
Right.
I almost want to say that we never break the fourth wall, and we don't even know that we're streaming and we're just chatting
That's
like we
hard.
always do. It's hard to do, but I do want to break the fourth wall and address the camera here.
Okay.
Just to say that, yeah, Brian has always been like, oh, whatever it was, any New Year's Eve gag. Wow, man, how are they going to top that Petrichor set? Man, I'm worried. Well, wow. What's going to happen? And then, whatever, there's the Mercury, they did the Soul Planet, then there was like the clones, or there was, what was before the clones? The clones, I felt like was like an extension of the previous year.
Bring in the clones.
Or maybe it was right. The clones when they had the platforms,
Right.
and the Traeger stuff.
Unfortunate platform.
Yeah, Brian's got this shtick that he does.
What is it?
His shtick where he's like, oh,
They're never gonna.
I'm worried. It's like, how are they supposed? This was the greatest thing of all time. How are they ever gonna top it?
It's not shtick. I'm genuinely nervous for him.
It's a talking point that you
Okay.
come back to, but they do. They always.
I know. They really.
Maybe
do.
not always.
Well, it's like when I saw that John and
Not-
Paul. Like when I saw them,
top it, but do something.
when I saw them
We
mess
don't
up.
Yeah.
I was like, it's charming. It's like, oh, they're only human. They're just like me or you, and
Yeah.
I kind of don't want them to be. I don't want them to always to outdo themselves. I don't want them to keep raising the bar higher and higher because.
Well, then, so you were probably happy with uh, Mondegreen, where everybody had all these expectations about crazy set
I
lists,
haven't seen Mondegreen.
and it was just like a regular run.
I think Vag was at Mondegreen.
Fedge, were you at Mondegreen? Can you weigh in?
Yeah, they
Again,
seem like
I guess I, you know, I don't
Mondegreen
want to break the
sound.
fourth wall here.
Mondegreen seemed like a standard issue. I don't. Yeah, I'm not.
Rescue Squad. We get man,
Rest.
yeah, man. They should play Walfredo again.
I saw Walfredo in Vegas. That was crazy.
I'm gonna star this and hope it pops up. How long? This is Vag saying. How long do you think they can keep going at this level?
It's a good question. It's a good question. They got to slow down. They got to put the tours got because you. It's like I think pay. I think they're all healthy. Is one thing. They're pretty darn healthy. Like they're like Stones healthy. I mean, like Mick Jagger healthy. I think Trey and Mike are like vegetarians, and Fishman. You know, I feel like he's got
I'd
like
say 10 more years
10 more years.
at this level. No,
At this
5.
at this level.
Well, what? How do we define this level?
That's a good question.
There's gonna be songs like Bowie that have already kind of
Right?
lost some of their energy. They're still great.
Yeah, that's
Even
been a,
Down with Disease is not. There's no, Machine Gun Trey, but
I love seeing like ape Trey, like
yeah, neckbeard.
right, neck beard Trey.
I
He's an
think
animal on those. Yeah, he's a little fat. I like fat Trey.
he was a little bit.
He's a little chunky, just a little tiny bit.
Here's Veg also. We're gonna keep going. He did St. Louis all the way through Mondegreen.
Yeah, Trey's an animal.
Fest was amazing. Secret Set blew my mind. Yeah, you gotta.
I got
Brian's just. I mean,
I dropped the ball on it, and then I thought, oh, I'll save it for later. And
Yeah.
I just was like,
and then you just.
I got to this vinyl thing. I'm listening to every. It's good. It's okay. I don't. I'm gonna go back and watch Mondegreen eventually. I might not get it in before the next tour, but I
No, you.
1,000% I will watch all the shows.
It's only 4 shows, and then
Yeah.
the Secret Set. Yeah, man.
Well, look at Paul McCartney. He's 80, and they say that like people are saying like his voice isn't as good as it was, but you should still go see him because it's still good. And
He's very. His band is great.
he's 80.
80, 81 maybe,
Wow.
or 2, possibly. And Trey is 60.
So wow.
And it's about 20 years ago ish, I think, when Paul kind of got his current live band together. And that's like his live. There's a couple. Do you know that one like 90s like live Paul like live album that's got him like crossing Abbey Road with like a dog? He's like getting pulled by this dog or something. It sounds so awful. It's so bad. The production is bad, and it's just some random session dudes, and it's just the Paul McCartney show. Where now, like, I feel like a broken record saying this on the log, but even though it's totally spotlight on Paul, they feel like a band, and they sound great, and it's been the same guys forever. It's not just like Paul with random band in the background kind of thing,
Yeah, I could see how
Phish will have to be those 4 guys for one.
Yeah, I mean, another thing is that if any of them get like really sick and one of them's gone, I don't see them doing like what's the dead thing. I don't see them doing that move.
No.
And I don't see them saying like, oh, the music should keep on going and this is what he would have wanted, and so we're gonna keep going. I think when one of them's gone, it's like a Led
Trey
Zeppelin.
might do something like even, like Beacon.
Trey will do Trey band always, and as long as Trey's around, but once one of those guys is gone, that band is never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thought. There's that line that Trey always says like, oh God, I hope they fucking die before I do.
Yeah, you're talking about Fishman, right?
Right.
I hope I die first.
Yeah, that's a rough one. We have 2 people watching. Oh
Hey,
wait, I'm gonna break. I don't like this. I like to talk to the people. I want to be social, so I don't want to break the
yeah.
fourth
Well,
wall.
I didn't. I wasn't.
But
I
maybe
wasn't thinking far
sometimes. But
ahead.
yeah, but I do like the idea of the log being the log and not being anything else. And
Well, that's all it
that's all.
could ever be.
The log just is. What were we saying the other day? The log rolleth.
The log
The log rolleth.
rolleth
The
forever
roll
onward.
loggeth, and the log rolleth. And long may you log, and log may you roll.
Veg, I take offense at Fish and Co.
Fish and go. That's awful.
It's not gonna. It's just no. It's not gonna happen.
Fish and go.
I mean, I know. I part of me is like I would kind of like to hear the songs again, but at the same time, it would be different.
I mean, maybe the Dead said the same thing. I saw the Dead back in the day. I saw the Dead in '94 and '95. Oh, we did. So we never got to the fuck. I got to pick up my son here
Yeah.
in 20 minutes.
Yeah, tell me about your first show.
So yeah, go back, bring this thing full circle, right?
Let's reel the log back in.
Reel the log back in. Okay, first show. I can't remember, but like in the summer, like I graduated high school in '95. I went to high school in '91 and '95.
91 to 95.
Yeah. So, like, I found the Dead and Phish like the same summer, like maybe my freshman or sophomore year, something like that.
Wow.
And that's like the year that we started, making trouble. And like, as soon as we got our driver's license, and even before then, we were like raising hell. And I had already like found the Doors and Zeppelin
Yeah.
and then the Dead was like, I remember like not really. I was like, what's so great about this band, The Grateful Dead? Like, I kept listening to them and not really getting it. And then I heard an Althea. Do you know Althea?
Yeah.
And I just heard this Jerry solo, and it like blew my head. I was just like, I was totally floored. I couldn't believe it. Womp, 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 womp. Like, I was like, oh my God. It was like transcendental experience. And like that same, like within a week, maybe, like I got Rift. I got Rift.
Whoa.
Yeah, like
I don't know if we've ever discussed this. That's the first Fish you heard was Rift?
Yeah, probably the first Fish I heard was Rift. I don't even remember, but I think I got like Rift and Nectar and Junta like all at once. And
Yeah.
Hoist wasn't out yet.
Okay, pre-Hoist.
Pre-Hoist, yeah.
93.
93, yeah. So it was whenever around that time. And as soon as I heard them, like I was into They Might Be Giants.
Yeah.
I was into like as soon as I heard those like early like what did I hear? Like
Lincoln.
no, Lincoln. Oh man, that's a great album. That's an amazing album.
Flood or no?
Lincoln and Flood, yes. I remember, but I heard Flood before I heard Lincoln. Lincoln, why is the word brand new record for 1990? That's how you can remember when Flood is.
Right.
And I remember Flood came out. I heard it on like MTV Birdhouse.
Birdhouse in Your Soul.
I went to go buy They Might Be Giants. Who's this band? And I bought Lincoln, thinking that Birdhouse was going to be on Lincoln.
Right.
And I like got it I was on a trip to Oklahoma City with my mom, and I was like so didn't want to be there. I was probably 14 years old, and like got it on the Walkman and like fast forward to the next song, 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 flip the tape, fast forward to the next song. I was like didn't know the name of the song or didn't know what it was, but I knew I'd recognize it. It's not on this album, man. And then I was like, oh no, I was sure it was on this album, and then I was like, I guess I'll have to like this album. I just spent $10 on it or whatever,
Yeah.
And little did I know that was like such a killer album. Stands the test of time. Both those albums are so good. Do you know Lincoln? Do you know Lincoln well?
Not as well as you, I don't think.
So good.
The Pink album.
The Pink album's really good. So when I heard Fit, it was like and James.
Where did the rift come from?
It was like a circle of buddies. And one guy had like, it was kind of funny. Like, I don't know actually.
So one of your friends was like, dude, this record.
Yeah, but it was like we all had cars and we all had like tapes and CD player, not even CD players. Like Man, I either got it from my friend Ben or my friend Jason. I either got it from my friend Ben or from my friend Jason, who got it from like a tape. They like traded tapes, like what is it, postage and what was it called? There's like a little acronym. Send something and postage.
Yeah.
Postage and whatever.
I'm blanking on it too.
Yeah, and my friend was like did that. He like got tapes. And I think one of the tapes that he got was like a live Phish record. And then like that thing maybe floated around. And then like within like it was like one summer, like the next week I had a riff in my hand and I traded the riff for the junta and I dubbed it and I dubbed it for somebody else and like one of us had one and then maybe anyway, I'm rambling, but I don't really remember. I don't completely remember.
But it was riffed.
It was riffed.
It was riffed and Nectar and junta.
Yeah, it was all at once. And I remember like Fee, like as soon as I heard Fee, I was like, oh, this is my band. This is
interesting.
Like,
Fee,
yeah, with the like megaphone.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, it's cool. It's like rocky and it's twisted and it's like heavy and it's scary and it's funny and it's like everything.
Right.
Whoa, Fee. I'm like, this is beautiful too. It had like everything in it.
Wow.
Yeah. Fee was the tune that was like blew me away.
That was your gateway song.
That was the gateway song for sure. And then I think I saw the artwork. I saw the junta artwork and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, junta's super cool.
Right? And then like when I was in Rift, then I think then Hoist, I don't remember if Hoist came out. Like what year did Hoist come out? When in 94?
94.
When in 94?
Probably like I want to say like ahead of or during like summer March 29.
Okay, so I went to see June 6th, 94 was my first show, or June 10th. I think it was June 10th and 11th at Red Rocks. And like that Hoist must have just come out. We were like,
it was new. It looks like.
And we all had it. And I remember the girl. There was like a posse of girls. There was like posse of like 12 of us who were all like instant Phish heads. And we all also there was this band that we all used to go see. Anyway, I do have to go pick up my son. I want to hear about your first show, but I think we'll have to come back to this. We'll have to come back to the first show. But so
let's just do your first show.
So the first.
This will be the 1.0 episode.
Well. Okay, that's fair enough. But so we packed in Tulsa where I'm from. We packed up like 3 cars, like
how far of a drive is that?
Convertible LeBaron, my '74 Volkswagen hippie van, camp mobile, and like maybe an old 4Runner. And we packed like 12 people into like 3 or 4 cars, and we drove from Tulsa like 14 hours. To Red Rocks. And I can't believe our like parents let us go. We were 17. We were barely 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And we like got in the front row and we got ripped and we were like we were in the fourth. Did I say fourth? We were in the like 4th row. We're in the very, very, very front. And like the whole lot t-shirts and burritos, and I think maybe I'd seen the Dead that summer as well. It's all mixed up. But I was 17. I was like 17 years old. Oh, I'm going this way. And so Red Rocks is like blow your mind venue.
Was that the first night?
Ever at Red Rocks? I think they played Red Rocks in '93.
Like for that run.
Yes, they played 2 nights.
Looks like June 10th and 11th.
Yeah, and I think that run is Jim opener, right?
June 10th, pulling it up. Jim opener.
That's the show.
Dude, first 3 songs, Jim, Foam, Sample.
Right.
Man, Foam in that second song, Slot. That's hot. Nelly Kane.
I remember this
is really a great set list. Good Lord.
I think we were really buzzed out of our heads. And I think I remember like here Jim came on. I didn't know Jim. I didn't know it. I hadn't heard it before. It wasn't on something.
Man.
And I think
about like wanting to have that first time again.
Right?
Like hearing something, not knowing it. Like hearing like right hearing a song for the first time at a show
Right, exactly.
is huge, and you're trying to remember it. What was that lyric? I gotta write this down.
Well, I remember the lyric. He ran away when he was 17. Run away, run away, run away.
Yeah.
That's 119 to you and me. I was like, oh, that's so funny and clever, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I was trying to do the math in my head. Is that right? Is that the right?
Right. Seven.
It's so cool.
I don't think it is, but
I think it is.
isn't dog years is like 7?
Right.
Maybe it is 17 times 7. I've never done this.
Yeah, it's 119.
It is 119.
Yeah,
God damn.
it's 119. You know what I mean? So, anyway, then they played, and I was like, okay, I don't know the song, but it's gonna be okay, right? And I was like, it's sort of like when you're a teenager and you go into like a new like experience and you're like you're just nervous,
Yeah.
right? You don't know if you're playing with adults, and it's like, it's a little bit, I remember being like a little bit panicked. I was like, okay, just follow along with everybody else. You're going to be okay,
Right.
And then Foam is like, what the fuck? Foam.
Dude, Foam is insane.
It's like, am I going to survive this show or not? And then Hoist came on.
Vag is still waiting for his first Foam.
Oh my God. Foam. Red Rocks. Damn. Yeah. It's a horrible thought. We're talking. Yeah, the thought of losing one of the boys. But yeah, that first show, and then I think rattle off the set list real quick, and let me see. This was also the show when we were like, I think there was a flyer that was going around at the beginning of the show that said, "When the band sings Harry, shout Hood back."
Oh, it was that show.
There was a flyer that was going around. We're like, okay, when they play Hood, everybody shout Hood when it comes out that way. And then there were tortillas flying around, which doesn't happen anymore. But there used to be tortillas that were flying all around.
During Hood or
no, like just beginning of the set, like people just like frisbees. You never heard of that?
It sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's like there was the it was like the glow stick wars before the glow stick wars. There was tortillas, and it was, I don't, maybe they're connected to a song. I don't really think so, but
yeah. You want the first set list?
Yeah, keep going.
The first set. It was Jim, Foam, Sample, then Nelly Kane.
Right.
Into
Nelly Kane was another one I did
Demand.
Demand, so beautiful.
Into Bowie.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Huge.
And then the Lizards.
Oh yeah, and the Lizards were like, and up there in the red rocks.
Trey talks about the rocks.
The lizards are in the rocks, and if you look real carefully, you can still see the lizard people up there, or whatever it was.
Man, and then Cavern Julius.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's set 1.
Julius as a first set closer is cool.
God, smoking.
Set 2 is Axilla.
Which is one of my all-time favorites, super favorites.
You had heard Hoist.
Yeah. We love it. I know this one. Like we got Hoist, we got Sample, we got Demand.
Right.
A handful of those songs. We were like, yeah. And I remember like my friend Carrie and Elise, they loved Hoist so much, and they were like, yeah. They were so stoked to hear those songs.
Man, well, Axilla, just like you have Jim going into Foam. Set 2 is Axilla, and then The Curtain.
Oh my God!
And then Tweezer. And Lifeboy. And then Sparkle. And then Possum.
Yeah.
And then hold your head up.
Hold your head up.
You got a Fishman.
I know, that was like yeah.
He's saying, "Want to be like you."
I want to be like you. I want to talk like you. I want to talk like you. I want you. You can be the jungle from Jungle Book.
Jungle Book, right?
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
And
and then Hood, and then Reprise.
Reprise.
And then the encore, Sleeping Monkey into Rocky Top. That's so cool.
Exactly.
Red Rocks.
And Red Rocks. And then I think the second night, the next night, it rained. And
oh shit.
Unless I'm getting confused.
June 11.
What's June 11? Is there?
Whoa, there's a Frankenstein bust out. 333 show bust out.
Okay, wait. Okay, I must be thinking of a different show.
Not about rain, but Wilson opener.
Okay, that must have been another, because we saw 94, 95, 96. We saw all the Red Rock shows. We didn't see the 93 shows. I'm not even sure if there are 93 shows.
I think there's one because it says the Lizards you mentioned when they played the year before.
So there was rain once, and there was pouring rain, and the purple, and Fishman did Purple Rain, which was like unforgettable.
Fluffhead was played after a group of fans had been requesting it since the beginning of the show.
That might have been us.
Play Fluffhead. Oh, dude, in Contact.
Dun, dun, dun,
Amazing
dun,
set
dun,
list
dun,
the second
dun,
night, too.
dun, 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 dun,
We're going to have to
dun.
listen to these shows. 94,
Yeah, we
Red
should
Hot.
do the first shows. Okay, well, I have to pick him up at 7:05. I have 10 more minutes, so I can hear. Well, let's hear your first show. Oh, by the way, do you want me to take you to the station? Do you want me to take you home? Where you
Whatever. Well, where are you picking up follow?
Here. I'm right,
right here.
right here. Yeah, basically somewhere around here. I'm meant to go like.
I can even just like walk from here. I don't care. We'll just Apollo will jump in here and you guys can
Okay.
keep rolling the log.
No. You won't want to be on the log. So wait, first show.
Well,
So 94 is kind of taking it's still going up. 95, 96, 97, 98, 99.
Well, probably
implodes in 2000 for a hiatus.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it was Rev 105 Revolution Radio. It was like the alternative radio station in Minneapolis that I just listened to all the time in the car. Amazing radio station. I definitely played Farmhouse and played Heavy Things like around the time Farmhouse came out, and that was the first that we'd ever heard of Phish. That's definitely what I first heard.
I never heard him on the radio ever.
And me and my buddy Ben, got Ghost and got Billy Breeze and Hoist and just got all the albums,
So that was 2000.
And that's they probably came through town.
How old were you
then? So I was in high school.
How?
99 to 2002.
Okay.
So they're on hiatus, but the live Phish CDs start coming out. Right. We're devouring whatever we can get. DVDs and
just
stuff.
Two of you guys.
Oh, and a couple other friends. Yeah, okay. 4 of us.
There was 12 of us who were all in.
I didn't have that many Phish.
Yeah, maybe not 12, but there was
4 or 5, 6 of us maybe.
And we're all still Phish buddies. Sorry to interrupt, but it's crazy that I don't know that the bond of that band. But anyway, keep going.
I'm trying to think, man. So we just devouring everything we can get, watching Bittersweet Motel, right? Like that came out. There was a lot of stuff to consume.
Right.
And then in Minnesota, we're pretty close to Alpine Valley, kind of. Went and saw Trey, first Tab tour.
Right.
With the horn section. And
wait, that was not like a two stage, one acoustic stage, and then one.
No, just full band.
Okay.
Huge. I should even bring it up. And for some reason, I'm blanking on names here. Russ
Lawton.
No, who's the
Russ?
Who plays keys?
Ray.
He wasn't there, and it was Medeski.
Oh right, John
sat in, played with Tab. Woo. It was great.
Wow.
Let me just see if I can find it real quick. Tab.
Chris Wood is from Boulder, actually.
Tab Alpine 2001.
2001.
So that's the first show I saw. It might be this July 21st, 2001. Push On Till the Day.
Push On Till the Day.
Top Flop. Acting the Devil. That was this cover that they did, and it was great. This kind of ska sounding song.
Do we know who it is?
I don't know who sings it. But acting like an angel when I'm around. Acting like the devil when I'm not there. It's just this old, I don't know if it's old or not.
Yes.
Ran out of juice.
As I was saying, man, Tab, Alpine Valley. That was my first show.
Yes,
And then Phish came back whenever. Oh, New Year's Eve 2002. And just Round Room came out like a month or two earlier.
Wow, that was the return.
And I'm a self-proclaimed round roomer.
He's a round roomer,
I'm
folks.
a 2.0er. That's my favorite.
He's an official round roomer.
And then Phish came back with my first and only Phish show I actually saw in person because they broke up again was Alpine.
Did you only see Phish once?
July 19th, 2003.
Oh, that's a travesty. Are you serious?
It's a killer. I saw a great show, the Leo Trio show. I've only been in the room that once.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
I'm probably hesitant to share.
Oh man, that's a travesty.
Because I've listened to, I've couch toured so many endless shows.
We have to go to a show.
Yeah, we got to go to a show.
We gotta go
to a show. It's just so hard to time it.
Yeah.
You know, traveling over back home. But I saw a great show July 19, 2003. It's fantastic show from what I remember.
Right.
And it's a great set list.
This is my son's dance studio.
Yeah,
I'm here to pick up my son, but I'm not entirely sure where I dropped him off. I told him that I would pick him up in the same place I dropped him off, and this is not it. But I'm kind of confused on where we are.
Yeah, well, he'll come out this entrance.
Yeah, but he doesn't want me here. He wants.
Okay, it's got to be a low profile pickup.
Yeah, exactly. He's just getting into that stage of life.
Gotcha.
Well, wait. Say the date one more time.
Anyway,
say the date one more time.
I'm almost positive it's
Alpine. It's Alpine.
It's Alpine. I'm almost positive it's July 19.
Pull up the set list.
2003. It's crazy when your Google search is like so locked in. You just search a date, and the first result is the Phish set list.
Really? Wow.
Sample in a jar.
Oh, we both got sample at our first shows.
Reba Wilson.
Nice. Reba.
No.
That's a killer.
No whistling.
No whistling. There's a comment that says no whistling.
What's
the one? What's the throat tug?
The pulling of the neck.
Is that?
Is that like Maze or something? It's
maybe.
Like it's something off Rift.
Yeah.
My friend, maybe. No, I'm not sure. The pulling of the neck. Wilson with an extended jam.
Okay.
Sense and Subtle Sounds.
Lucky. Okay, that's
Maze.
Okay. Wonderful.
Driver.
You've become a big Maze head. Maze is more important to you now than it was.
It was like Nashville. Okay. 2021, the first summer back after the pandemic.
Right.
Then just Page, his like solo. It all made sense. I just became a Maze head.
Right.
But then we get into what's been dubbed the Leo Trio. 3 Play It Leos in a row. NICU, Yamar, Rocky Top.
Wait, what? Oh, in Rocky Top you get to Play It Leo?
You get to Play It Leo.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then, dude, Lawn Boy.
Oh, that's great.
And dude, Julius Closer saying first set closer as your first show.
Dude.
Interesting.
That is interesting. And you had a sample first set. A
sample opener. And then set 2, dude, Piper, Rock and Roll.
Oh, wow.
7 Below, Caspian, You Enjoy Myself.
I love a Caspian.
And then Encore, Waiting in the Velvet Sea.
Hold on, what was the closer?
You Enjoy Myself.
Oh,
this is a good, like, first, novice, beginner first show.
Very.
Couple deeper
Waiting
cuts.
in the Velvet Sea. That's a
Velvet Sea Encore. Oh, and in Yamar, instead of nice shiny sports car, Mike said nice shiny Segway. Because he was like
he was
riding around on his Segway.
So you got a Yamar on your first show. I got a Yamar on that first run. There was a Yamar. I didn't know the song either. And
that's one you didn't know it.
I walked away thinking like that Yamar song? What are they singing? Yamar. I like that song. Where do I get that song? I remember.
It's still so good too.
It's so good. It's so good.
Man. Well, should we sign off?
Yeah, that's the log, guys. That's the log. How long did we go?
Oh man, and here's Vag though. Still waiting for his film. That encore was ridiculous. I think he's talking about your show, man. I'm not sure. People couldn't believe it when they started playing Ficus. Yeah, dude.
The ficus was a
The
giant.
Ficus, and you. I think you were a little behind on watching some shows, and I was just
Yeah.
like waiting for you to
The ficus.
listen to shows so we could discuss Ficus. Remember that? This was a good tour this summer. This kind of broke the whole. There's that like odd years are better.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
19 and 21 and 23. I think this summer
was hot summer.
Speaking of, Vag was saying how long are they going to play at this level? The Sphere, for whatever it was, introducing the full in-ear monitor, dead stage, no monitor thing. I think they're hearing each other clearer,
right,
playing better. If there's other further, like, hearing tech improvement shit where they have low stage volume and they don't go deaf and they can hear each other, I think there's years to come.
I think so. I'm really happy for the boys. I think their sound the boys. People hate it when you call the boys the boys.
I don't mind the boys, but a lot of people do hate it. A lot of people hate it.
Is that the spot where I dropped him off? I don't remember where the hell I dropped him off. I feel like it might be that one down there. I think it is that one down there.
It's this building.
I know, but I think this is a one-way street, and I think I told him I would pick him up.
So you went past.
Well, I thought I would catch him.
Don't drop me in the front.
Yeah. So maybe
I don't see him. I see a bunch of cool kids though.
I think he's over here. Yeah,
I think he's having a rough night.
Cool. Well, yeah, oh shoot.
That's the one you want to see.
Yeah. Is he there? He's not there. Okay, so he's not
That's
there.
Not him either, right? No, he's not that big. He's not that tall.
No, not yet.
He's like way taller than the last time I saw him.
Yeah, this is definitely where I meant to pick him up. Okay, so let me just
Don't kill anybody.
I know. I'm going slow. I kind of want to go back up the one-way street.
How is that? Is that allowed?
I think when you're at this time of night and you're just going one block, I think you can get away with it. But no, folks, this is the dog log, and I think
it rolls in different directions.
The intention here is to just get on and talk about, Beatles, Slayer, Dylan, Japan vinyl tag, or Japan, or vinyl. All the places that we've gone on the log and that we always go on the log. It's always an opportunity to to just have fun and talk about music, and sometimes it goes to philosophical places, and it can go anywhere, but that's the log. And I think what we'll do is we'll try to make this worked kind of well in the car.
I think we're gonna come live from different locations around town.
We got to figure out a little bit of a pattern here, but I think also the plan is that there is, after years of couch touring with just the two of us, we've just recently tapped into the Phish Underground.
Yeah, great online crew.
We're officially in the Underground Railroad of Phish.
I want to shout them out, but I also feel like I don't even know the name.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce it.
No, and so we've
been adopted into a cool gang.
We have been, and we've our credentials have been. We didn't realize that they were good there, but they are, and I think that we have the opportunity to bring some of you there if you're worthy of.
It is right. Invite only.
It's invite only, yeah. But it's not snobby or anything. It's just that it's what it is. It's like Fight Club almost. Nobody talks about Fight Club. So, but there's a bunch of crew that we just tapped into, and I think there's not a lot of people communing publicly about Phish that I've seen. I mean, I see the podcast scales under this. What is it? Tom Marshall's thing, and there's some great podcasts out there. But for the plebes like you and me, there's not a lot of places for us to gather, and we can talk on forums and we can talk on live in chats during shows, but this maybe can become a space where
Yeah, we can invite people on.
we can invite people on and we can talk
Yeah.
about other people's shows and talk about music and things like that. So that's going to be maybe what the log is. I think the log has been rolling for so long. It like we know what it is. It's a little bit hard to articulate to others what it is, but the dog log rolls and rolls the dog log. That's basically that is the log.
It's a cure all for whatever ails you. It's a parachute. You're about to face plant,
Into rock.
and it's a lifeline.
It's your lifeline.
Pulls you out of the dark.
It does. So thanks for being here. There's 2 of you here, so we appreciate both of you. Vaj, come. I know Vaj. Vaj has got a silent identity.
That's right. We don't know who he is.
Yeah, so that's fine. We don't judge, but okay, we got to figure out the phone version.
Out the phone thing.
But
yeah, very cool. Well, until
next time.
Until we roll again.
Party on.
Party on.
Party on.
Party on.
All right. See you guys. Peace out.